microphone. Everybody over on this side. For those of you who know, I'm retired law enforcement, so people standing behind me make me nervous. No. Jeremy. I hope that's not recorded, Vic. We'll edit it out.
Yeah.
Alright, we're set. Alright, everybody, thank you for coming. This will be as informal as you can possibly imagine for a banquet type setting. Obviously, it's Father's Day, and for you guys to be able to get out here, I'm really appreciative. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you. We kind of combine our banquet / SoCal end of year wrestling party just because time didn't permit. You know, most of our kids, or a lot of our high school kids, just got back from camp, 1 week camp, wrestling 3 times a day, 2 hours a day. We've got a 1-day break, and then we'll be back to another camp here in a couple days where we'll have some of our youngsters with us too. So we're excited to be able to have high school and little guys all together in a really good camp coming up that we're throwing. You know, followed off by a 1-day tournament where our kids get lots of matches. So with respect to our high school kids, obviously we have a couple kids here that are not with Bonita, and they'll get recognized in our SoCal portion of this. So I'll do the Bonita part of it first. That way parents that need to leave, want to leave, can. Then we'll run through our SoCal part of it, and for that part, Coach Mike is going to do the advanced level kids, and Coach Germs is going to do little fundamental kids, okay? So that's kind of just the structure of how we're going to do this, and I'll try to be as quick as I can and get you guys through this. I know it's starting to get a little bit hot. So for our high school kids, first kid up is Mason Margetts. Mason, second-year wrestler, you know, came to camp with me this year. Kind of seems like he might be a football player, but actually started showing up a lot more for wrestling. And if this young man decides he wants to wrestle full-time, I think he's going to be a great wrestler. So looking forward to it. Thank you, Mason. Next kid up, Isaac Lopez. This dude's been with me for a couple minutes. He's got to deal with my nonsense. You know, and even though Isaac's not the kid that wants to wrestle after college, in high school, I can never ask for a kid that works harder, that's more punctual, and that, you know, a coach's dream as far as being there all the time. And, you know, I hate to say it, obviously, when he's your own kid, you know, it makes it a little bit difficult sometimes, but we work through it, and, you know, he's been an amazing kid for me to coach, so thank you, Isaac. And he didn't tell a joke on me this time. Next kid up, Brad Bell. Brad also second-year wrestler, getting through some jiu-jitsu hiccups, you know, through the first year, even partially through the second year. But I'll tell you what, one of the proudest moments I've had this entire season was at CIF when he's wrestling a kid that, you know, started when he was 6 years old and had him basically 2-2, 3-2 going in the final round. So the amount of progress this kid's made in a short period of time is really unbelievable. Look forward to his future too. So thank you. Next kid up is Isaac 14, or Isaac 14. I screw it up every time. Dude right here, another second-year wrestler, so multiple second-year wrestlers. These kids are going to be at a really high varsity level. I expect all these guys to make a push to get to state next year. They've all been working their butts off. This kid's probably, if the last couple, a little bit more athletic, so I think he has one of the better chances as long as he keeps wrestling. Thanks, Isaac. Thanks, last one, our only senior of the group, Ricardo Castillo. So for those of you guys that don't know, you know, Ricardo made it to state last year, state qualifier, and this is a kid who, you know, for the most part is kind of a part-time wrestler. I mean, if the kid really wanted to wrestle, he could be a D1 high-level scholarship type of kid. So, you know, I have to tell a story because Ricardo's kind of true to my heart. One of the first tournaments I ever had with Ricardo, we went up to Carlsbad, and it's getting late. You know, it's been an all-dayer. The tournament's about to end, and you know it's 8, 9 o'clock at night. He doesn't have a ride, and I say, "Hey, Ricardo, you know, when you going home?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get an Uber." And you know, I started talking to him. I figure out he lives a long way away, and I realized because when I first met Ricardo, I wasn't sure if he was a hard worker or not. I couldn't really tell. But when I broke him down, I realized Ricardo's the hardest worker. It took him just a struggle just to get to school every day. And sometimes as a coach, you don't really know what your athletes are going through. And so you can't really stereotype maybe what a kid's doing on the mat. And Ricardo taught me more than I taught Ricardo. I tell you that for sure. And he gave me a perspective on kids and wrestling and things like that that are going to help me be a lot better coach. And so I'm very thankful for that, more than the accolades that he's got. So thank you for that. I got a couple of awards here. A lot of our kids, our high school kids, are on vacation, and this is a weird time to do this. It's just we don't have any other time. So the most improved wrestler, he's not here. Most improved wrestler goes to Isaac Romero. So Isaac's not here, but he'll get that award. We have a perpetual plaque that I didn't bring out today. I was worried it was going to get scraped up and that kind of thing, but it'll have a little item on it. It'll be 2021 Jordan Bendorf Sportsmanship of the Year, and that will go to Brad Bell. You got it. Next award is the Newcomer of the Year. It's the freshman who shows the most potential, works the hardest, probably has the most success. Also on vacation, Luke Kreklow. Last two awards, I'll give out the one for this year. It's Wrestler of the Year. It's basically the wrestler who gets the furthest, is the most advanced in all the tournaments. That's Isaac Lopez. There you go. Wrestler of the Year. And then probably the most significant award is the Perpetual Wall of Fame. You have to either win CIF or be a state qualifier. And this will go to Ricardo Castillo. And this plaque, take pictures with it. We'll go on our wall and we'll screw it into the wall and it'll be there forever. It'll be part of our team forever. So, thank you guys, appreciate it. Oh, okay. Real quick, SoCal high schoolers, get up here real quick. Brad Bell, I'll do the non-Bonita kids here in a second. Isaac 14, Isaac Lopez, Mason Margetts. These are our kids who wrestle with us all year round. Now obviously it shows. Kids are becoming animals.
We all got six packs, 2.5, man.
Yeah. That's the Missouri heat right there. SoCal kids that wrestle with us at least part-time to full-time, sometime in this off-season. First one is Selena Scare. Get over here, Selena. So Selena's the girl that, you know, from the outside looking, not really sure if she wants to wrestle, but when she's actually on the mat, she comes in, great attitude, works hard, wants to learn, super competitive, and, you know, kind of a coach's dream. So thank you, Selena. Thank you. You're welcome. Next one up, Diego Camacho. Where you at, Diego?
Diego.
Another one. This guy shows up, you know, part-time. He's got lots of other things going on, but when he does show up, it's all heart, it's all effort, best attitude, best energy, best effort. So thank you, Diego. Last two are the Davis siblings. So first one up be Olivia Davis. So this young lady, she looks like she's probably a senior. She's going into 8th grade. Okay, this was her first full off season of wrestling. And this girl is wrestling high school state champions, best girls out there. And she's making huge progress, and I promise you, if she continues doing what she's doing, she's going to be a state placer or a state champion in the next couple years. So she's just got to keep working, right? Congrats. Last one up, Zahi Davis. So Zahi, last year was his first year wrestling full-time off-season, and he's just wrestled every single day since then. Zahi's my one kid who is the kid who wants to wrestle after high school, who's got the athletic ability, and who's grown so much as a wrestler because that's what he loves. And he's the kids, when he beat the number 12 ranked kid in the country from Lake Highland Prep, who's going to Virginia Tech, and he just beat him, he absolutely destroyed the kid. So we're going to get Zahi a scholarship this year. We're not sure where. Zahi's promised us in return, he's going to get himself on the podium at state this year. He's going to beat some kids, he's going to have some fun, it's going to be fun to watch him. So pay attention, this dude's going to be a wrestler in college. Zahi Davis. So, and of our high school, higher level middle school kids, and next group will be Coach Mike.
All All right, thank you guys all for coming out. All you parents, we wouldn't have this if it wasn't for you guys. You guys get into practice every day. When we have practice, we know the COVID situation this year was kind of tough on everybody. But we still made do, and I think we all still did pretty well. And still got enough practice to get through the year. So let's get this started. First up right here, we have Andres. Andy, where you at? So Andy right here. He's kind of new to our club. You can turn around, face everybody. New to our club, but he's there every practice, working his butt off, out there learning, and he's doing a good job. And you know, you wouldn't realize it, but this kid's actually still a baby too, like our little guys. You know what I mean? Big kid. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He works hard. So here's your award. Let me get your dad. Your hands are all sandy unless you want to hold it. So this is Andy, guys. Look forward to the future with him. Okay. I'll hold it. All right. Next up, another new kid to our squad, and definitely a good wrestler already, starting out. And he's got a good background as well. He went to his first tournament with us, this last tournament, and he ran into a bunch of hammers, but still gave it all he got, and did really well out there for his first tournament. And that's Jordan. Come up here, Jordan. This kid is very athletic, really tough already, and already meeting our standards. Our top level wrestler here is Jordan. Right. Next kid up, we have Santi. This kid right here, another hammer. All of our kids, guys, I'm telling you, all these kids, they put in all the work, all the hard work, and it shows. You know, multiple national champion here, Tulsa, been a Tulsa placer. Toughest tournaments, he's always on the top of the podium or either plays in these top tournaments. Santi works hard, jiu-jitsu and wrestling. And here's the award. We look forward to the future with him.
Oh yeah, good job, somebody.
Okay, cool. Kale, come up here, Kale. All right. So Kale right here has got to be one of our toughest kids on the team. Very, very tough kid. Once he gets a grip of you guys, you're not getting out. He's one of your younger kids as well, but still plays in top level tournaments, best in the nation. Matter of fact, he won the Trinity Award this year and became the #1 wrestler in the nation at his age group. And this is Kel Marcotte right here. Just watch out for the future of this kid, I'm telling you. Very tough kid. Probably the most competitive kid that I know. Competitive, like, big time. Where are they at? Okay. Next kid up, Aiden. Come up here, Aiden. This kid right here is fun to coach. He talks back a lot. I'm just kidding, he never talks. I don't ever hear him talk. So he's the best kid to coach, he don't talk at all. Works really hard, very athletic kid as well. Plays in these top level tournaments, winning national tournaments. We have multiple national champions on our team, guys. And that's a big deal because, I mean, wrestling's a, you know, it's a big sport. I mean, it's not as big, but it's a really competitive sport, meaning you have to win it by yourself. You can't use your team to win it for you. So these kids are out there winning and playing these top level tournaments. And they're the ones putting in the work. And Aiden's one of our better wrestlers up there as well. One of our top wrestlers. And watch him wrestle, his technique is always on point. Allison, come up here. And we have Aiden's sister, Allison. Another talkative kid right here as well. Just kidding. Now, Allie's very tough girl. She comes to the practice room, beats up all of our boys and stuff. They have a hard time with her. Very tough girl. And she didn't want to wrestle at first, but I'm glad she came out because now I think she can see how good she is. And I'm pretty sure she's one of the best girls in the nation as well. Allie. All right, where's Shaylee? Shay, get up here. Another one of World of Wrestling's #1 wrestlers in the United States. Shaylee right here. This girl is tough. When she first got here, she came from where you guys not Brandon, it was called Outlaws, right? Outlaws in Santee, and she was pretty rough, but she was very competitive, very tough girl. Picked up the technique well, and she's just dominating the match now, guys. Anywhere you go, everyone knows who she is. She's going to these big tournaments and winning multiple divisions, multiple brackets, and kicking butt, you know. And it's great, and I give it to her training partners as well. She has the best training partners out there, right, Shay? What do you think? And they just go out there and support her every match she's out there wrestling. She's out there kicking butt. #1 girl in the nation right here, guys, Shaylee Wilkins. All right, next up, that's Jeremiah. Come up here, Jeremiah. This kid right here has been around the program since day one. Right here, they call him El Torito right here, the little bull. Jeremiah, this kid is non-stop. You watch his matches, it's like an MMA fight. He's out there clubbing the kids, running them down, working his butt off. He has no quit in him. This kid's always giving it his all, man. This kid is tough as nails right here. This last tournament, another national champion as well. This last tournament, he went out there and dominated and helped the team, the dual team Supreme team he was on, pull it off and win that championship title. And man, you just watch this kid wrestle. It's just exciting every time he wrestles. Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Right, Julius, come up here. Showed up. And the Villanelle brothers right here. So Jules, he started wrestling last season with us. Every one of these kids in this family is very athletic. It's crazy to watch them all wrestle. So Jules, he won a national title this year too at an RMN event up in Arizona, right? The tournament you went out there, what was it called? The what was the tournament? Oh, you guys remember the name of that tournament? I forgot, but yeah, was it Terminator? It was probably a Terminator. But he won first in his division out there, and really tough worker, very athletic, picks up the technique. All these boys are just really good at absorbing all the technique we're showing them, and it shows. When he goes out there and wrestling these tournaments, he's beating kids that have been wrestling 4 or 5 years and competing with the top kids, and out there doing his best and looking good. So this is Jules right here. Look for him in the future. You're gonna see plenty of championship titles in his belt. Marcelo, where you at, Marcelo? Come up here, Marcelo. So I used to coach Marcelo back at UTB. He's been around for a little while now, and he's always knowing the technique. He's a real quiet kid, you know, real quiet, reserved kind of kid and stuff. And I'm probably known as a mean coach, right? Am I the mean coach, Marcelo? Because I like to raise my voice a lot, and these kids know that I'm there and stuff. And I want to give them confidence. Boost, like, I know you can do it. I yell at them when they do it. I praise them when they do it. And this kid's been there since day one, and always busting his butt and out there and getting beat up on some of our hammers, but he always shows up, has good attitude, he's a really good kid, and I'm proud of him. He wrestled a few tournaments last year for Sadiqua and placed those tournaments as well, and did a really good job. I'm glad to see him back with us. This is Marcelo. Good job, buddy.
Good job, Marcelo.
Next up, we have Kai Kai. Everyone knows him. His real name is Jaden, but I don't know if it's Jaden, so. There's Kai Kai right here, another Villanelle brother, very athletic kid. His matches, you watch him as well, they're very exciting. He's very new to wrestling, only his second season now wrestling, but so you watch his matches in tournaments sometimes, a lot of times he'll be out there, even if he's not doing a wrestling move, he's giving it his all, whether he's not throwing a roll, trying to cradle in a certain position. He's just very athletic, and he knows his body really well out there and does a really good job. He's also won national titles with RMN as well, so we have a lot of kids in our team, guys, that are some of the best kids in the nation. It's exciting to watch them wrestle, and like I said, you watch him wrestle, it's very exciting to watch him as well. All over the mat there is Kai Kai. Next up, Uriah. All right. This is my son right here, Uriah. I'm very proud of this kid, and anybody that knows him will tell you he never talks back, always a very quiet kid, does anything you say, and just very well-mannered kid. And I'm not saying that he's my son, but honestly, he is. He works very hard, puts in the extra effort. I'm just so proud of him. He's won national titles as well. Beat some really tough kids, wrestled some of the toughest kids in the nation, and I look forward to his future as well. You having fun with it? And he has fun with it. So I'm excited about him and his future, and I'm proud of my son Uriah right here. Oh, okay. All right, next pass it to Jeremy.
Hello, parents. If you don't know by now, Coach Germs. Might know me as DJ Germs. I wear a lot of hats around here. And then, so I'm coach of our fundamental kids, the group that's going to work up to one day being our advanced kids. And I have a really good group of kids. They come out every day, they work hard. And it's going to be scary these next couple of years once they start moving up and start dominating. They had their first tournament experience out in Las Vegas, I think about a month ago, and they really surprised me. They went out there, beat some very tough matches, some tough kids, and they never gave up, and it's just the beginning. And we have a good group of parents that trust the process, and your kids are going to be great wrestlers. And let me have Diego come up. Diego is one of our newer wrestlers. He's about 4 months in, but he goes out there and he gives it his all every practice. He's a great kid to work with. He asks questions, you know, and he's a good training partner. So all his kids, and this is my daughter's training partner, so they go together pretty well. And he went out there in Las Vegas, and he had the tough end of a bracket. The bracket was really tough, but he went out there and he pulled off with his first win. So I'm proud of you. It's for you, Diego.
Hey, real quick, some of your parents that went to that tournament, some of you guys know they placed top 4, right? Did any of you guys place 4th and didn't get their medal? I think Dane was one of the kids. Did you guys get Dane's medal at the tournament? He took 4th, right? Okay, I wasn't sure if Diego was one of them. So I'll look
It could have been. We'll see.
Yeah.
Then next up, Dane.
I have them all.
Dane. There's another one of our little ones. He's a hammer already. He goes out there. He works very hard. He works with Shaylee, with Jace, and they're helping him prepare for the big stages coming up. And he's gonna be a really great kid. Another kid that asks a lot of questions. I try my best to get to him, but he's picking up the technique very well. And he also went out to the tournament out there. He put off some wins. He also had a tough end of the bracket too. Very tough kids out there, but he never gave up and he fought all his way through. It's for Dane.
Dang.
We have Gato. Hey, Gato. So this is probably one of our youngest wrestlers we have in the fundamental class. And it's always great to see her. Every time she shows up, I'm like, Gato, you ready today? And she always gives me this big smile, and I'm like, all right, she's ready for practice today. She's gonna out there and have fun. Gato, she's getting there. She's learning her technique, her shots, and everything. And she has her dad by her side, Coach David, and helping me out and getting her ready. And these next coming years, she's gonna be part of a very good SoCal girls program that we're building. And it's gonna be scary seeing her out there. She's gonna be kicking some butt. For you, Gato. Brody always makes it worth coming to practice. He always has that big smile on his face. Hi, Coach Germs. Hi, DJ Germs. And, you know, that's why I know I'm gonna have a good day when I see Brody and that big smile of his. Very positive kid, very bright kid. Asks a lot of questions. If he doesn't get it, he'll make sure to come to me and make sure that I help him out. And he's very excited for his first tournament coming up this weekend. And I know he's gonna go out there and do well, because he also trains with some very good training partners. He's worked out along with Santiago, Jeremiah, Seabass, and they all do their best to help him get prepared. So here you go, Brody. Angel. Come on, Angel. Angel is like the princess of the fundamentals. She comes out there, hey, but she scraps, don't take that. So, she's the princess of the group, but she gets out there, and when it's time to go, she works hard. She be getting out there with Gato, with Bam, and she puts up a fight against them. And you know, she shows up when she does. It's always a great pleasure to have her in class. And she's a great wrestler to have, and I hope that you keep showing up for her, okay? Yes, just for Angel.
Good job, Angel.
There you go, Angel.
Good job, Angel.
Penelope.
That's
So Penelope's been around in the program before COVID happened. We had her out there rolling around the mats. She was just a little 3-year-old, just putting her out there. She had no choice. Jeremiah's a wrestler, so she was gonna wrestle regardless. So she adapted, she learned, and she really gives it her all. She really loves wrestling, and sometimes she's more competitive probably than Jeremiah. You know, she tells Jeremiah, you know, we're going out there for one reason, and that's to kick some butt and chew bubble gum. But we're always out of bubble gum, so we just kick butt, right? So she's a really good partner to Diego and Jace, and she did pretty well. She always gets the tough ends of the bracket too, being a heavier kid at a younger age. But she gets out there and she gives her all, and she kicks more boys' butts than the girls. So I mean, that's saying something, huh? All right, but it's just to Penelope. Jace, where's my little man at? There's Jace. So Jace is a great kid and a pleasure to have in class. During the whole, you know, when the pandemic happened and we had more kids in the group that ended up falling out, but Jay stuck around, and he stuck through it all, and he grasped the technique very well, and he got his first win out in December out in Arizona at Smash Nationals, and that was just a product of him working hard and coming to practice and training and listening, and I'm very proud of this kid. This kid is going to be a monster. This is a for sure monster coming up, and he's just like the rest of his brothers. You know, he's fast, he's technical. You got to watch out for him, all right? You're going to be hearing a lot about Jace in the future. Jace. And then I know Bam's not here, but I'll say a few words about Bam. Bam is another one of our newer kids on the smaller end, but he does come out and he works hard. And he works hard with Caro, with Jace, and that's another kid that's going to be developed pretty well in the future coming up as he starts to put on more weight. And but he grasps the technique very well, and Bam's also a pleasure to have in this fundamentals class. Well, thank you guys.
Real quick, a couple of special awards. Tried to make it to where we recognize both boys and girls. So the first one, we'll do Girl Most Improved, and that is Penelope Zuniga. Most Improved Wrestler. Congratulations, Penny. Second one is Most Improved Boys Wrestler. That's Seabass. Seabass here? Not here. Seabass out of town. Next two are, and these are our last two, just the outstanding wrestlers, and that's, the criteria is really just which kid during the season happens to achieve, you know, the greatest accomplishment. So it doesn't mean that they're the best wrestler in the club necessarily. It just means that it happened to be their year where they're the oldest in the bracket and they went out and they performed. Okay, so for the girls, it's a no-brainer. Probably could be for the boys too. That's Shandy Wilkins. And also for the boys, could be a no-brainer to be girls too. That's Kale Marcotte. So, just in conclusion, you know, I really want to thank you guys for getting out here today. It's Father's Day. Everybody has dads. Everybody has, you know, grandpas, those kinds of things. And to be able to make it here and to be part of your wrestling family means a lot to me. It means a lot to the friends that are here. We're really just kind of cracking the surface. Some amazing things have happened, and I really think that it's not even going to scrape the surface compared to what we're going to do in the future. So thank your training partners, kids. Thank your training partners every day after practice. And parents, do the best you can to support your kids. Without your support, parents, your kids can't be great. Without the parents' support, the kids can't be great. It's that simple. And so without you, these kids wouldn't be here today having fun at the beach, being recognized. So, you know, pat yourselves on the back. Thank you, all the dads out there. You guys are amazing. Happy Father's Day. Have a good one.